Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Mello Miller, your host, along with my co-host, _Truth 1987. This segment, we're doing Shades of Excellence, and we have a special guest, an entrepreneur, Carmen Merriweather. She has her hands in a little bit of everything. I'm talking about she has a podcast, Positive Health Podcast. She has a foundation. She does home health care. So, we're interested. We're going to dive deep into, what she did to get, become successful, how that impacted her life on various levels. And we're interested in the secret. So go ahead and introduce our viewers to yourself.
Like you said, my name is Carmen Merriweather. I own a home care. I have a foundation. I have a transportation company I'm starting. I'm a podcast, and I'm also working a little bit on the app. I'll touch on that a little bit. But everything that I do consists of home care and home health care. So, and I'm a mom of 2 beautiful boys and a stepdaughter. So, yeah.
Perfect. Well, tell us a little bit about your home health care. What is the goal? What do you all do there?
So I have a home care, so it's a non-medical home care that basically services the elderly and disabled community. So we go out to people's homes and provide them with the daily living tasks that they no longer can either do or need assistance in doing. So the goal is just to make sure we help as many people as we can. For me, it's a deep passion. Like, I just went out and helped my client today. Just because you're the CEO of something, for me, it doesn't take away from having to go out there and still be in the thick of things. You know what I mean? Like, so I love to spend time with them. I love to go over there as if I am a home health aide and really help them day to day. So that home care for me is more of a passion and really tries to help close that gap of seniors not getting care. So that's pretty much the basis of that, of what that is.
Okay. I like that. When you started that, what were some of the challenges that you faced? Because I bet you that wasn't easy to get off the ground and keep that momentum going.
Wow, yeah. So, being I'm divorced 9 years, and having to take on my boys and stuff by myself, it was hard. I worked as a medical assistant for like 5 to 6 years, and just kind of always knew that I wanted to be my own boss, but I wanted to stay within healthcare. So I found my passion with those two, with the seniors, because I absolutely love them. So just bit by bit, working and putting into it a little bit at a time, building it up, speaking it into existence, manifesting it daily. Like, that's the thing. Like, I have people literally that I work with at Eskenazi or IU, and they would come up and say, I remember when you were talking about this. I remember when you were doing this. So that always feels good because, I've always wanted to do it. So just kind of really, putting those pieces in just little by little and kind of just grinding it out, doing the mommy thing and trying to be a business person. You definitely sacrifice things along the way, time with your children and things like that. But I figured the bigger goal was for them to see what I've become, and then follow the lead of greatness. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know you have a very intelligent. Your oldest son, he just graduated high school, and
Yeah.
he's college bound. Indiana State, right?
Yep. ISU. Yep. He
What's he
leaves in
majoring?
August.
What's he majoring in?
So my oldest son is going to be a surgeon. So he's
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
yeah.
So like
Told you,
we've
very
always,
intelligent.
yeah, he's always been a little boy that want to know why is why. So I've just took both my boys and I asked them at a young age what they wanted to be, and I've spoke it and nurtured it and built on it and just gave them the confidence and knowing how, and just kind of just honed it the whole time. So he's always wanted to help people. He has had asthma, so he spent like some time in the hospitals too. So that kind of gave me even more passion to help children. So he's going to be a pediatric surgeon.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what he's going down there for. So I'm just excited. He leaves in August. So it's kind of surreal because he's like 18 and graduated, all of it kind of at once. So it's like, I'm excited, but I'm definitely a crybaby. I think I'm gonna cry about it when he leaves.
My oldest son graduated this year. They're in the same grade, I think. So, he graduated and he's going to he's got accepted to IU Bloomington. He's doing an Ivy Tech Bridge program to graduate in 2.5 years,
Yeah.
and so he's gonna try to take that challenge on. We'll see if he can knock that out. But he's doing business administration, so I'm just grateful to see these young men really break barriers and just
Yeah.
have that positive, because I found it was very important for myself to set that bar, and you being an entrepreneur and not just telling them we're going to speak it into existence, but following through with it.
Yeah.
I know that that was very important for you, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's one thing. Like that's my whole. They're literally my whole life. So I've always like, you know what? They got big dreams and big goals. So mommy has to make sure that she does the same thing and like stay on my grind and kind of stay with my vision and grow it and expand it. So they not only believe in themselves or what they want to do, but they also see it in me as I continue to build and do great things like this. So I'm just kind of really excited for that. My younger son he's going into the 10th grade, pretty
Yeah.
laid back guy. So they're like night and day. My other one, he go out here and talk. He can do this all day without being scared, whatever. I
Yeah.
gotta like work myself up. But my younger one's kind of like me, laid back, real cool, very smart. He's gonna be an engineer. So we have
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
an amazing plan for him. So I'm like just excited to get one to college and get one, rolling on. I'm almost
Yeah.
in Esther here. So yeah, I
Hmm.
got great plans for him.
Now, is it that you're real short, or are they just giants? Because they look so much taller than you.
It's both. I'm 5'3", but they're like literally like 6'3", 6'4".
Oh
They're huge.
yeah. Oh
My
yeah. Oh
my
yeah.
younger one literally has. I feel like he went to sleep and woke up and was like a freaking giant. It's like every time
It
he goes
grew.
to sleep, he
Yeah.
grows like another inch or something. Yeah, like
I
they're
got
so
you. I got
tall.
you.
Yeah,
Something
Well,
in
that's
the
good
water, I
stuff.
guess. Something in the water.
it skipped me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to my co-host. I know he had some questions for you about your foundation, so I'll turn it over to him.
Yeah, so I think it's awesome to hear that not only yeah, especially with your sons that you go out to certain places, especially in the medical field, and you see so many different ethnicities out there, but you don't really see too many African American like surgeons and doctors and things of that nature. So I think that's awesome that he's chose that career path, and you're kind of honing them to that. So that's very admirable for definitely for sure. Only thing I wanted to ask, I just wanted to touch a little bit more on your foundation. I was able to read the article, which is awesome. You were spotlighted by Wish TV and Indie Style, so that's very admirable as well too. Um, I think for me, I understand, how the passion, came about. But I think really I've understand over time, especially since, so a little bit about me, my father, he actually had a stroke probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And since then he's been on that road to recovery. And I really have a more, I guess, foundation and a more understanding of what home health care looks like and
Yeah,
what it is. It's important, extremely important, and it's not really that many. There's some out there, but you don't have some with good reputations and things of that
yeah,
nature.
yeah.
So I guess my question to that would be, you know, have you had any issues? As far as with like being able to get your name out there, and I guess how does that competition look for you?
So yeah, definitely. Oh man, like it's been crazy. So like I can literally write a book and be like on the New York bestsellers. I
Yeah.
promise you. Like the things that it's the biggest thing I come up against is it's a couple things. One of them is that they think I'm so young, and
Yeah.
unfortunately
Yep.
we're black, so they think that the standard has to be lower, or if you actually are holding them accountable to the things
Hmm.
that they sign or that's in writing that they don't pay attention to, but come the check time is short or something like that, then they have no understanding that they didn't do A, B, and C. Well, if they
Hmm.
were with Eskenazi or a big foundation, or a big corporation like that, you don't do that. They don't. It's not even a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with us, especially somebody who's younger, they feel that it's younger. They the standards go down, the professionalism goes
Hmm.
down.
Hmm.
Even if you're trying to be on an understanding level, not say that not that you're not professional, but you're being on a more understanding because you're trying to make sure that they succeed. You get done for me, I get things done for you.
Right.
They a lot of employees, I've had a lot of issues with them not having that professionalism or having that respect for me as an owner for
Right.
that. You know,
Right.
the first time things doesn't go their way, you're ghetto, you're this, you're that, you know what I mean? But it's, for me, I keep paperwork.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Yeah.
all of that. But at the end of the day, this paper clearly told you what you had to do. And if you didn't do it, it's just very simple, just no
Yep.
different from
Yep.
you working in the hospital or anything else. So
Yep.
I've ran into a lot of that. And then you have a thing where, you know, you go to, it's certain things that home health companies don't ever deal with. So if you're not black, you don't ever have to go into a home and deal with someone calling you a nigger,
Yeah. Yeah.
or you know what I
Yeah.
mean, that
Yep.
uncomfortableness when you didn't
Yep.
drove far out and your phone don't work and you know where you at.
Yep.
They never see that. They're never
Yep.
gonna feel that. So these other companies that are majority white, or things of that nature, even though we are the main people that work them, even in that, they don't never, the ones that are owned by more big white establishments, they don't care that, yeah, we sent you out here and you might not come back type things. That's a
Yeah.
real thing for us. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Still now,
Yep.
obviously, with everything going on. So there's also that aspect. I've had experiences with clients to do that to employees and things. It's like, what do you tell them? You know, it's a lot of that I've dealt with just as
Mhm.
a minority home health care, let
Mhm.
alone just trying to compete in the regular race. You know, we got our race and then we have the regular race. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
it's challenging, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm a very, very positive person. I keep
Yeah.
my outlook very positive. I try my best. You know, that doesn't mean I'm like don't have crappy days, because I absolutely do.
Right. Right.
But I really, 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 my intentions are always pure. You know,
Mhm.
they're always pure, and I try my best to just be the best positive person I can. So when I do that, I just rise above a lot of that BS that kind of gets in the way. At the end of the day, if it's destined for you, it's going to happen. And thus
Exactly.
far,
Exactly.
you know, I can't really complain. You're going to deal with your good days and bad days, but the good days definitely outweigh the bad for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad you touched on that because I didn't mean to take it there, but a lot of
It's a
people
real
don't.
thing.
It's real. A lot of people don't see that when it comes to us as African Americans. I remember my dad always used to tell me, he is like, when you're out in that workforce, you got to do your job times 10.
Yes. Yep.
Because literally that's how this world is set up. And I mean, I wish it was never that way. I wish we
Yep.
were all on the even playing field, but it's
Yes.
real out here. It's
It
real out
is.
here. And
It
it's,
is.
it's commendable that, you have that resilience, that determination to get it off the ground and
Yeah.
get it going. So
Yeah.
hats off to you for sure.
Thank
So
you. Thank you. Thank you. I try my best.
All right. Well, I was curious, what is the biggest positive change that you've seen in your, from a personal standpoint, now that you're no longer a cog in the wheel, you're your own boss. What is the biggest positive change that you've seen?
I kind of can, for the most part, set my own schedule. I try to be able to spend more time with my children when I can. I the and then the when I get out there and can help my clients, like that's like probably the most fulfilling, best thing for me. Like that's everything for me. Like to be able to um put help them when they really, really are vulnerable and need it the most. You know what I
hmm
mean? Whether it's positive words or just reassuring them or whatever, just being there. Sometimes you can go there and all they want to do is just talk to you, like
hmm
2 and 3 hours, and I'll sit there, and I'll listen to every bit of it. You know what I mean? It's just, that's probably the most positive thing that I think that has came out of that. Just, the ones that you are able to help, they're the you hate when you lose them because they die,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, yeah,
It's part of life. But I
yeah.
think the most, like, even in that moment, I've had about 3 or 4 actually die on me like in the last 6 months because of just, it happens. But I know what makes me feel good about that, and what the positive thing is to that is that you done your part in helping them while they were here.
hmm
So that's
hmm
kind of probably my biggest positive I take from this, for sure.
I do like that. I do like that. That's so true. To help them. I personally am in insurance, and I've dealt with home health care, long-term care insurance. I don't know if you deal with insurance providers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Long-term care policies are not what they used to be. A lot of the older ones would pay out, but it wasn't. It's kind of a funny, business there. But I'm in life insurance, so a lot of times you deal with people in that. I deal with people who are, they access their funds while they're passing if they have a terminal illness and stuff like that. And we always try to help them because that's their moment. That's the whole point. So I understand that connection. Well, I want to shift gears and talk about your podcast. What made you want to start? I mean, you're on, with us. What made you want to start that? I mean, what's it about? What's the goal there? Because that's a whole different endeavor there. So
yeah. So with the podcast, well, two things. I wanted to overcome a fear of doing this.
Yeah.
This is a lot for me. It's easy for y'all, but it's a lot for me.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to just speak on different things that I deal with, real things that I deal with within the home care field, things that I may learn, things that other people, whether nurses, doctors, want to come on and talk about. But it deals with the healthcare field, but more the elderly and the home health care. So that's kind of like the basis of everything. And just kind of I'm making it more real life things. So things that I know that I've been through. Like I got an episode I did my first YouTube one. I had God J. Rose. I love him, absolutely the best. He put my YouTube video up yesterday. So that's up there, and it's like, is your team the team? So I have to drop my podcast thing there too. But I'm new at this. So I'm learning how to do this. But that's right. Kind of what it's for. It's like I went through some things with a team. I had to switch it up, take them all the way down, and start from scratch. Those are the things I deal with in real life. So people that are coming into this, if I can help them, because I get a lot of that. Consultations I do just based off my experience. So a lot of people ask me 1,000 questions. So it's like, if I could put that all in a podcast, they can watch that and they can get that knowledge and obtain that, or help them, prevent them from going the wrong way that they don't need to. It's like kind of that's the basis of that. So, but I'm learning it. And at the same time, I'm overcoming my own fear of just speaking in front of people and things like that too. So, yeah. Yeah,
healthcare and the Black community is its own unique challenge, in my opinion, versus any other community. And so you having that voice out there, that platform, which may reach, people that it wouldn't otherwise, I think that's a wonderful thing.